I should have made me some Kool-Aid. Go make me some Kool-Aid. You gonna make me some Kool-Aid? Huh? You gonna make mommy some Kool-Aid? You ain't gonna make me nothing to drink? Hmm? I want something to drink. Go make me something to drink, Pootie. Come on, YouTube. No, we're not going nowhere. Not you. Not you. Every time I say come on, it's not you, okay? You can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere, sweetie. You gotta stay here with mommy. I should have put it on. Let me let everybody know that we out here. Oh, y'all just be making up some stuff. Somebody said, I say this with love. Pecans don't go on red velvet cake. You don't think so either? Pecans don't go on red velvet cake. Hey, Phoenix. Marshmallows don't go on candied yams or sweet potatoes. Chopped eggs don't go in cornbread dressing. Now I'm not the chopped eggs in cornbread dressing person. I had never seen that before until one of my coworkers did it. I didn't even know people put eggs, chopped eggs, boiled chopped eggs in dressing. I had never seen that till one of my coworkers did it. Yeah, this person is black. It's Michelle Williams. Pecans do go on red velvet cake. Now, the only reason why I don't like, well, I'm allergic to nuts. I have nut allergies. That's the only reason why. Plus, I don't really particularly like nuts on cake. They said not a lot of bananas in banana pudding. Banana pudding. Hence the name. It's supposed, yeah, the singer. She tripping. Eggs don't need to be in mac and cheese. I think the macaroni and cheese with eggs tastes better. Now, it don't have to be in there. She telling the truth. It don't have to be in there, but I think it's better. I'm trying to scoot you back because it's like you all up in my face like this. I think it's better when you put eggs in the macaroni and cheese. And I like a lot of bananas in the banana pudding because every time you take a dip, you should be getting a banana. If I wanted just pudding, I would eat pudding. Every time you stick your spoon in there, you should come up with a piece of cookie and a banana. Because other than that, it's just banana flavored pudding. I don't want that. I want bananas. Bananas. And pudding. And cake. Cookies. And I want vanilla wafers. Y'all newfangled people who are using those chessman cookies, don't bring that to Thanksgiving. I don't want that. I got my stitches out. I've been telling everybody. I just been walking up to people. I got my stitches. I don't think this is gonna last for 2 days. This is sterile strips or something, and they supposed to last for 2 days because it's supposed to like help keep the wound closed. But it's not a wound. It's so small. It's so tiny. Let me show you what it looked like. Because I took a picture before they took the stitches out. It don't look like nothing. It's so little. Don't worry about how crusty my hand looked. But that's it. Just those two little dots on the top is where the stitches were. I don't know what that line is under the bottom. I think the line is where they cut. And then the two little dots are the stitches. And they just removed that today. So I guess I still have those two little things under there. So that's what it looked like with the stitches. So of course it's going to look a little bit different without the stitches, but not much different. But anyway, I got to stay like this for 2 days. And then he said after this falls off, I don't have to keep it covered anymore. I can just go back to being regular and put some vitamin E oil on it and massage it every day. So it is a little sore. After he took the stitches out, it did get a little sore. So, and I can crochet. So he said I could go back to crocheting and just don't overdo it and put ice on it after I crochet. Because this type of surgery has a tendency to get stiff, and there's a tendency for scar tissue to form underneath there. So I gotta massage it like 3 or 4 times a day. Just, run my finger around there and massage it and stuff. So I get to do that this week. It feels much better. It's not itching. It's right now it's just like stinging just a little bit, but that's normal. It's slightly sore if you touch it, but that's normal too. So, he said a full recovery in 3 to 4 weeks. So, I should be fine. But the bad thing is, this is not a permanent fix. What I had can come back. Nothing in this world is permanent, huh? Nothing. It can come back. So, we're going to pray that it doesn't. But it can come back, and I can still have some pain in. I'm still going to have pain in the joint because I have arthritis. But I can still have pain in the tendon because that's just how my tendon is made. So it can come back, unfortunately. We're praying that it don't come back, but it can. So I think it feels the way it should feel after surgery. Um, would I do it on my right hand? I don't think so. because this one does it too. It just hasn't been doing it as much as that one. This one was the worst. This one was so bad that at night it would lock while I was asleep. And when I would get up in the morning, I would have to force it back to normal. This one is not locking up as much, but it is doing it. And I had a steroid shot in this one, and it seemed like the steroid worked. It's been like 2 years since I had a steroid shot. But I'm not doing it again. I'm not. And I don't think I would have the carpal tunnel surgery. I don't think so. I think this is it. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. But it's better. Phoenix said, I make a whipped banana pudding with equal layers of banana pudding and cookies. That's how I like it. I think it should be equal. Because I think when you put your spoon in there, you should be getting some of everything each time. You shouldn't just get pudding. You should get banana, you should get a piece of cookie or something. And I'm not I'm not one of those people that have to have banana pudding on Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's really not one of my favorite. I don't dislike it. I used to really like it when I was a kid. I love bananas. I think it's the pudding part. I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it this year. Well, we had a death in our family. My husband's auntie's husband passed away in Los Angeles. And so, right after Thanksgiving, they're going to LA. I'm gonna stay here with Gizmo. So I don't think we're doing anything big this year for Thanksgiving because they getting ready to go to LA. Everybody is going to um, get ready to go. Because I think my father-in-law is on the program. I think he's speaking or something. So, and I'm pretty sure my husband is going to be a pallbearer. So, um, I'm staying, unfortunately. So, I did get a chance to see him. They were here. They were here earlier this year. So, I did get a chance to see him this year. And he was on dialysis, so he had a lot going on. And he was really starting to decline. So unfortunately, he passed away. So this is the first time that my husband has left me. Like my husband will actually be in another city away from me. This is, since we've been married, this is the first time that he's been away from me. And he don't want to go. And I'm like, babe, you gotta go. You gotta go with your family. Like, I'll be fine. You know, the house has an alarm on it. My son doesn't live too far from here. And our cousin will be here. Our cousin is gonna stay in the house with me while they gone. So I ain't gonna be by myself. Me and Gizmo, we won't be here alone. But he don't want to go, you know. Um, and I think he gonna leave the car. He not gonna. At first, he was gonna drive up there, but I think he just gonna ride with his parents. They just gonna take one car. They gonna take the Navigator and go up there. He just gonna ride with them and leave the car here with me. Like I'm really gonna drive the car. Do you know that I haven't driven? I've driven the car one time, and that was the day that we got it. I can't drive, but I am gonna drive before he leave. So, just in case I wanna like go to McDonald's or something, at least I'll feel comfortable enough to drive. Dog, I don't know. That it's weird because it's a new car. This my first push to start car. Like we didn't have a push to start car, so this is like the first push to start car. So that's the only thing I guess I got to get used to is I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna figure it out though. So I know that they cooking a ham and turkey, but I don't think they doing like a whole lot of stuff like they normally do. Girl, we fancy. We fancy out here. Because this is 2024. We in the future. It's not a 2023, girl. It's a 2024. It's fancy. I love my little car. We be out here rolling. We be out here, girl. I love that little Honda. So, I just got to figure out. I just got to start driving and just drop that whatever. I don't know what it is. Because there's no reason for me to be scared because everything, all the food places around here, you don't have to get on the freeway. Everything is over here. Not Chick-fil-A. I'm lying. That's the only thing that ain't over here is Chick-fil-A. KFC, In-N-Out, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, um, Five Guys, Mexican, Chinese, Chipotle. What else is over here? Jack in the Box, Little Caesars. All of these places you don't have to get on the freeway. You can take the streets. Jack in the Box and Taco Bell is right up the street. Literally right up the street from our house. Food places, that's the only thing about living over here. Food places are way too convenient. It's just too easy. When like McDonald's and Jack in the Box and stuff is right around the corner from your house, it's too convenient for you to just be like, oh, I'm just about to jump in the car. Starbucks is right up the street. Starbucks is literally around the corner from our house. Soon as you come out of the subdivision that we live in, you got to go out the division. And then you go up the street and around the corner, Starbucks is right there. Everything is in this little area. Now that's one thing that they did is they made shopping very, very convenient over here because it's a Safeway, Over here, it's a Lucky's not too far from the Safeway. Like, everything over here is real convenient. Like they building some other houses and stuff not too far from where we live, some like new homes and stuff, and they will be directly across the street from the shopping, from Safeway, from the shopping plaza. Very convenient. Like, those people in those homes will be able to walk to Safeway. They'll just be able to come out their door, walk down the street, cross the street, and be at Safeway shopping. And it's a gas station over there and everything. So everything is real convenient. Girl, if Bessie hadn't have died, we wouldn't have bought a car. That was definitely not our plan. Our plan was not to, our plan was to hold on to Bessie for as long as possible. But she died, and then, we ended up having to get a car. But the updates are nice, like the backup camera, all of that kind of, your navigation and everything is on the screen. You had a little screen on your dash. You hook your phone up to the, I don't know what that's called, the plug-in thing. You hook your phone up to that. Your screen automatically recognizes your phone because your phone is already plugged in through Bluetooth or whatever. And as soon as you plug it in, my phone and my husband's phone, because he has an Android, I have an iPhone, will come up on the screen, and your navigation and everything. You don't have to use your phone for navigation. It comes up on that little screen. So everything is, these cars nowadays do everything. Everything is automated. You could play your iTunes or Pandora or whatever through the speaker, for the car, from your phone to that screen thing will play your music and everything. You don't have to listen to the radio. Or if you want to listen to the radio, because, that will come on too. But your navigation, when you're doing your navigation, it comes through the speakers in the car. So it's cool. It's nice having a new car. Because, our old car was just that. It was a older car. So I'm going to try to get back into doing some of the videos. As a matter of fact, I saw this. We haven't done a mindfulness in a while, and I saw this one, and I really liked it. Stop assuming the worst. If your mind is racing and you are consumed with worry, are you scaring yourself with what ifs? What ifs and imagined scenarios may seem incredibly real, but they are a figment of our imagination. A large proportion of the things we imagine never actually happen. Let's say you take your cat to the vet because he stopped eating, and you spend the day before the appointment worrying that the vet will discover a terrible disease. In reality, the vet finds a splinter in your cat's gums and removes it, solving the problem. Yet you spent the previous day gripped with anxiety. If worrying is controlling your life, it's time to take control. The second you realize you are dwelling on a worst case scenario, bring yourself back to present. Remind yourself that you are not a fortune teller. Worrying serves no purpose other than to make you feel anxious. Focus on the facts of a situation and on what is rather than what ifs. This was so great for me because I am definitely a what if person. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if, like when I had my surgery, the first thing I was saying is, what if I start bleeding and they can't stop the bleeding? Because they had already told me that it wasn't, the surgery was going to be at the surgery center, which is in the hospital, but not in the real operating room, in like just a little surgery room. And I was like, well, what if something happened and I start bleeding and they can't stop the bleeding and I'm not in a real emergency room and they don't have all the stuff that they need? I had to legit get myself back together because not one single solitary thing happened at my surgery. Nothing happened. Everything went the way the doctor said that it would. They're going to call you in. They're going to put a tourniquet on your arm, which stops the bleeding, which, controls the bleeding. It doesn't stop the bleeding completely, but the tourniquet controls the bleeding. So there was a tourniquet on my arm the whole time they were operating. There was no excess bleeding. There was no problems. None. He said the surgery was going to take about 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. That's all it took. And I slept so bad that night because my mind was racing. My mind kept going to the what ifs. What if this happens? 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 So I'm working on the what ifs. Every time my mind goes to what if, I bring myself back to center and tell myself there are no what ifs. That's not going to happen. You're fine. The Creator is going to take care of you. God loves you. You're okay. The what ifs are a figment of your imagination. And I know I'm not the only one. It's normal to have what ifs. It's normal for our brain to go in different directions and have these different scenarios come up. But we have to learn how to bring ourselves back to center. We have to learn how to control our thoughts because we are in control. But sometimes we have a tendency to allow our thoughts to control us. And that's one of the things that I'm doing with this new car. But let me tell y'all this. I legit thought that I was going to be the one to put the first scratch on the car. Who you think did it? The peanut gallery. It ain't on the car. It ain't on the body of the car. He scratched one of the rims. And the rims are black, like the car. And he hit the curb. He like scratched up against the curb. And I'm so shocked that he even did this because in his job, they can't hit no curbs in the bus. That's a big no-no. For the bus to hit a curb is a big no-no. Like you can legit, I think, like fail the test if you taking your bus driving test and you hit a curb. I think that's a fail. My husband don't hit no curbs. So he said he was pulling into his job to clock in to use his badge or something and hit something right there. Put a scratch on the rim. Not real bad. Like I couldn't even see it. Hold on. I don't know why my nose been running so much. I couldn't even see it when he showed it to me. When he first showed it to me, I could see it. But then since it's rained and I guess the wheels have gotten wet and stuff, you can't really see it. Which is a good thing because if you could see it, you have to buy this black touch-up paint. That's the only way you can fix it. But I thought it was going to be me. I was like, because I'm known for hitting curbs. When I park, I always get too close. And I think that was one reason why I didn't want to drive too, because I was like, I'm known for hitting curbs. And I don't want to be the one to scratch them rims. But it is what it is. Even if I do put a scratch in it, you can buy the touch up stuff to fix it. But I think that has gotten to me, and I've always been one of those people that when I get something new, I bubble wrap it anyway. Like, I don't want it to get old. Like, I don't want anything to happen to it. I want it to be new forever. Like, I didn't even want my husband to put the license plates, our new plates came in the mail. And I didn't even want him to put the plates on the car because, once you put the plates on the car ain't new no more. That takes away from the newness because we had the dealer plates on there. And then you wait for your metal plates to come in the mail. So they came in the mail. They own some new stuff now because when I bought my first car back in the day, you didn't get dealer plates. You didn't get, they didn't put nothing on the car. All you had was that registration thing in your window. And then you had to wait for your plates to come in the mail. But now, before you drive off the lot, they give you dealer plates. And then your plates come in the mail later. So we just got our plates. And he put them on the back. He didn't put the front ones on. Because the front ones, you put those on, they mess up the way your car look in the front. Because the car is cute in the front. And if you put plates on there, it mess up your grill. It takes away from the way your grill look. So he put them on in the back, and we're going to leave the ones off in the front. So the car can look cute. But mindfulness, these are going to help me also because I have always been a what if person. What if this happens? I'll be having a whole what if checklist. And that's a bad habit to have because the what ifs will legit drive you crazy. For real. The what ifs will cause you to have severe anxiety. Because that's what ifs are. What ifs are just is just your anxiety kicking in. So I need to stop that. I need to really, really work on my what ifs. What have I been seeing in the news? That Diddy and whatever Cassie situation, that was kind of weird to me. That was strange. I ain't never seen nothing happen that quick. Where I think something must have been going on. Something must have been brewing before we even heard about it for the situation to have settled that quick. It had to have already been in the works because nothing settles that quick. Ain't no attorneys working that fast. So I think that whatever happened with them was already going on before we even knew about it. We knew about it after the fact. I don't believe that just happened. I need to go to the dollar store and get me some more of this. These are really good. So I need to go get me some more of these. I like the grape. Ain't no more in there? No. So I need to go get me some more. Now Diddy said, let me get this out. I think that must have been going on. I think that was going on for a while. And we just got the conclusion of it. I just don't believe that just happened. And it settled. Their lawyers were able to settle it that fast. I don't believe that. I think that mess been going on. Because that was just too quick. I mean, I've always heard that Diddy, was out here doing stuff. I don't think she lying. I think she telling the truth. Yeah, now this is one time I really do believe he paid her to shut up, and I think he paid her a good penny. And I think she gonna keep her mouth shut. Yeah, I think so too. I think he did something like they were doing stuff, and I think he just did something and just went too far. He did too much. And she was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to do this." Now, shit. He looked like he do too much. He give me creepy vibes. It's just something about him. Like I'm sorry, he has never been attractive to me. When I really started to dislike him was when he did that show. Remember when he was with, what was her name? Danity Kane or something. When he made them walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to making the band, I think, is what it was. But he made them walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to get him a cheesecake and I don't know how far they had to walk, but it was a long way. And they walked to get him this cheesecake from like a certain place. And then when they got back, he wasn't even there. I was like, oh, so he an asshole. That was when I stopped liking him. Like, I really did. I was like, oh, It's okay to do stuff, but it's not okay to just be an asshole. He was too hard on them. It just didn't make any sense. And the crazy thing is, none of them got anything out of that. After they went through all of that torture and shit, they didn't get nothing. Diddy has always taken the money and stuff from his artists and people that he worked with. He was the one that always got all the money. Because to me, he really was not, he just did not, it didn't seem like he was talented. It seemed like he just always linked up with other talented people. Like he was riding a coattail of other talented people. I've never been a fan of his. I done damn near washed the color off of these pajamas. What you doing, Gizmo? What you doing? Sit your ass down. He was way too hard on them. After they didn't, after they done walked across that Brooklyn Bridge, they, I remember they walked. They didn't make it back until like that morning, and they started walking that night. It was a long way to where they had to walk. I remember that. And after that, I was like, oh no, I can't stand him. I do not like him. I ain't got nothing to talk about, y'all. I just came in here because I really don't want to fall too much out. I swear my mother-in-law be sounding like she finna fight somebody when she talk. I don't want to fall too far out of the algorithm. So I'll be trying to come in and at least do one video. Because if you don't, you have problems. YouTube is killing us smaller um content creators. They doing us dirty for real. But I act like I just don't want to do nothing on Facebook. I did finally get monetized on Facebook, but I don't know, child. I don't know what I want to do on Facebook. I be acting like all of the other old people and just be posting pictures on Facebook. Like, I really don't want to do no extra work over there. I haven't really been feeling like doing nothing extra. Hopefully, I'm starting to feel better because I guess that other blood pressure medicine has gotten out of our system because last week my blood pressure was high and they had put me on some different blood pressure medicine, and that blood pressure medicine was too strong and it made me feel sick for like 3 days before I saw my primary care physician, and he took me off of that blood pressure medicine. So, Lord, I be telling everybody, if you don't have high blood pressure, don't get it. Do not get it, because it's a to control. It really is. It ain't no fun. And it's not the actual having high blood pressure. It's the controlling it. It's the blood pressure medicine. The blood pressure medicine actually makes you feel worse than the actual high blood pressure. Because I'm one of those people that don't really have symptoms when my blood pressure is high. But when they change my blood pressure medicine and increase the blood pressure medicine, then I start having symptoms. And the symptoms are from the medicine. The medicine makes me feel sick. So if you don't have high blood pressure, don't get it. Do everything in this world not to get it. If it don't run in your family, be grateful. Because it runs in mine. I have it. I got it when I was pregnant. And it just seemed like I can't get rid of it. No matter what I do. And I done did a little bit of everything. This shit get on my nerves. I'm going to have to put a Band-Aid on it to keep it from coming off. So, that's it, y'all. That's about all I got to say. I got up early this morning because my appointment was at 10:30. So, I woke up like a little earlier than what I would normally. And I'm probably going to take me a nappy nap. It run in my family too. And I just wish to God it didn't. Because I hate it. I hate the medicine. And I ain't gonna lie. I've always had, I have something, I forgot what the doctor calls it, but it's like sensitivity to certain medications. Like it takes my body a while to when they introduce a new medicine to me, it takes my body a while to, to get used to it. Like my body, as soon as I take a new medicine, like my body go into red alert. I get nauseated and I just feel bad. And it seemed like the symptoms have gotten, this sensitivity has gotten worse since I had COVID. Everything that happened to me, I'm going to blame it on COVID. Because I just feel, since I had COVID, I just feel like a totally different person. So everything that happens to me is related to COVID. It may not be, but it is in my reality. It's because of COVID. If I hadn't had COVID, none of this shit would happen. And I'm not the only person that does that. It's a lot of people blaming everything that happens in their life now on COVID. So, everything that happens to me is because of COVID. Let me show y'all what my husband did. And I am so mad at him for doing this. Let me show y'all. Why he buy these cookies? These ain't the ones. The ones is the blue box. And these just deep. It's like three or four rows in here. The blue box is the right ones, not these. And he talking about it's the same thing. No, it's not. So now I gotta eat those instead of the blue ones. I'm going to Walgreens and get me the blue ones because those are so nasty. They don't even have no flavor. But let me show you what he did. He did something good though. And I don't. My husband be like, he be messing up because he could have kept this for Christmas. Now I'm keeping it for Christmas. I'm not gonna wear it until Christmas. But let me show y'all what he got me. But this is technically gonna be one of my Christmas presents. It's a Tiffany it's a Tiffany sweatshirt. It's in the Tiffany blue. Ain't that cute? He didn't get it for me for Christmas. He said he had like ordered it and it just took forever for it to come. But it's gonna be one of my Christmas presents. So I'm gonna put this with my Christmas stuff. I ain't buying a whole bunch of stuff for Christmas this year. My Christmas present is sitting out there in the driveway. Everybody come over to the house and they be like, "Oh, Granny, what you gonna give me for Christmas? Get in the car, baby. I'll drive you around the corner. Merry Christmas." Granny and Papa got a car. We ain't spending no whole lot of money this year. That's it, and that's all, y'all. That's it, and that's all. Okay? So, I will see you guys later. I want some ice cream. You know what I really want is I want a donut the from the donut place by the house. But I know my husband gonna say no because he mean. I'm so nosy. I think the Uber is supposed to be picking up my father-in-law so he can go get his truck because it's in the shop. I didn't know these shops be sending Ubers to pick you up. What the one that he go to when he dropped the car off, they called him an Uber to bring him home, and then when the truck is ready, they gonna send an Uber to come pick him up to take him back to the dealership to get his truck. Oh, we fancy out here. But when we were buying our car, they were gonna send an Uber for us that morning to come pick the car up. But we had a ride. I'm so nosy. I can't even talk to y'all because I'm trying to see everything that's going on in the house. I'm finna go make me some Kool-Aid. And if my husband ain't sleep, you think daddy sleep? Huh? You think daddy sleep? Daddy sleep? Huh? If he ain't sleep, I'm gonna tell him to take me to the donut place and get some donuts. I want a donut. You want a donut? Because I ain't eating them hard ass cookies. I need to go to Walgreens or Walmart to get the real ones. The Denmark butter cookies, not these old original gourmet premium cookies. Them old fake cookies. You got to get the blue tin. I fussed at him yesterday. Oh, I fussed at him. If y'all not, oh wait, let me tell y'all another show that y'all should be watching. It's called The Gilded Age. The Gilded Age, I think. I think that's the name of it. It's on HBO. Yeah, The Gilded Age. It's on HBO. It is so good. And they on season 2 right now. You gotta watch season 1 so you can get the backstory. They on season 2. That show is so good. I love those set, back in time when the rich people was just the people in power in New York, the rich families that had money like the Vanderbilts. Who else was rich? The Vanderbilts, the whoever, child. But anyway, it was the high society rich people in New York. The people that live like across the street from Central Park and the nice places in New York. It's like about their lives, how they acted. And it was actually some black people in New York back in the day that had money too. Not all black people were poor. They still were black, but some of them did have businesses and, they had a little bit of money. And of course, if you have a little bit of money, your status is slightly different than, say, a sharecropper or, someone like that. Someone who is like tending the fields and stuff. And Black Cake. Black Cake is good too. And I think this next show is the one where they dropping a bomb. So that's Black Cake is a really good show. I'm really glad that I watched that. Hey Melissa, we talking about The Gilded Age on HBO and another series called Black Cake. Both of those are shows that I'm watching right now. The Gilded Age, if you like period pieces, where high society New York, how rich people acted, back in the day, the drama that rich white folks had, it was crazy because you could have money back then, but you had to come from old money for to be accepted. They wasn't really accepting the people with new money. You had to come from old money. You had to have a certain name and live in a certain place in New York to fit into the high society. So it's a good show, The Gilded Age. And The Gilded Age is actually a real historic part of New York, the New York, the high society New York. Like this Gilded Age is actually in the history books. Like you can research Gilded Age, and it will, tell stories of some of the people that are in this show, because these are based on the lives of real people. So it's good, because even when the show Gilded Age, yeah, on Netflix, when the show first came out, I had saw a few documentaries on YouTube. And so I was watching those, and that's how I got really interested in the whole, show and everything. Then I went and started watching the show, and I was like, oh, okay, this, a lot of this makes sense. So there are plenty of documentaries on YouTube about the Gilded Age, and you can Google it also and get like the real history of this time period, because the Gilded Age is basically a time period in New York history and kind of like world history also. Rich white folks drama, child. It's good though. I really like it. And Black Cake is actually a book, a New York Times bestseller. Um, and it's a really good story also. So that's it, y'all. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get back on my regular schedule since I'm feeling better. And I did get my stitches out, Melissa. I got my stitches out, but I gotta still keep it covered for 2 days. So I gotta put a band-aid on here because he said he wanna keep these surgical strips on there to keep the thing closed. It ain't that much. It's just like a little dot, but he said let this stay on for 2 days. And then if they fall off, they fall off. So I'm gonna put a band-aid on there. Oh, you read the book? I think I might get the book. I might get it. I be saying I'm gonna read. I do not read as much as I used to. I need to get back into reading though. And I love books that, is a series. Like I read one and it's gonna go into another one. I love those type of books. I want, is anybody watching, is it called The Crown? Because I guess this season goes into what happened with Diana. And I want to watch it, but I'm like, do I have to watch all of the other seasons, or can I just start watching this season and catch up? Because I already know the story. Like you already know what's going to happen. Does anybody watch The Crown? Is it boring? No. But I normally like stuff like that, so I don't think it'll be boring for me. But have y'all watched it? I know that may not be something that um y'all are interested in. Phoenix said, hell no. Phoenix like, no, world. No, I ain't watching this shit. I might watch it. I think I'm gonna take this wig off. I only threw this wig on because my hair look a mess. My hair is so dirty. Oh my God. because I couldn't wash my hair because they didn't want the stitches to get wet. Girl, House of Dragons ain't coming back till next year. I can't wait. I was almost at the. I might watch it again though, because I'm just bored without it. I bet you can catch up. I'll watch it. She said it's boring, but you might like it. I usually. Oh my gosh, no! See, that's the thing. If it's boring, I'm gonna fall asleep too. Cause I go to sleep in a minute. It's boring for real. It looked like it's boring though. Because when I saw the previews, I was like, "Ooh, she talking slow." It looked like it's boring. I gotta charge my phone. Gizmo, why you didn't charge my phone while we were sitting here? You don't be doing nothing no more. You just don't think you have to do anything, huh? He looking at me like, shut up. Okay. Alright, y'all. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I might come back later and do a video because y'all, I've been trying to watch Adrian so I can do my little reaction video, but I don't know. Adrian is boring to me. Some of these content creators, I just can't mess with their ass no more because they boring. Connection, she ain't doing nothing. She talking about she's gonna stop eating as much. She ain't gonna stop eating. I ain't never seen nobody Connections age with that type of appetite. Don't most women, after you hit 50, your appetite start to decline? I know mine did. I can't sit up and eat all that food like I used to. But Connection be piling it on. All she do is sit around the house and cook and eat. I can't eat like that. I can't even snack like I used to. I used to be able to just sit up and just mess up a bag of chips or popcorn or something. Now it take me a week to take down a bag of chips. YouTube is boring. Nobody is doing anything interesting. It's done got so boring, I done started watching Tasty Talks again. And she ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Adrian keep talking about buying a RV or something. I think that would be some good content though. Just like when she bought that boat and didn't do nothing with it. At least made for good content. So I hope that she do get this RV. At least she'll bring something interesting to. Oh, but let me tell y'all what did happen before we hang up. So Prissy P, I don't know if anybody watches Prissy P, but Prissy P is kind of to me one of the old school mukbangers because she started out eating and at first her and her husband was just like eating a lot of food and stuff, kind of like around the same time that Be Love came out. But anyway, Prissy had a baby about 6 months ago. And there is a video circulating of her driving and her baby not being in the car seat. Somebody in the back seat was holding her baby, and her subscribers threatened to call CPS on her. So Prissy, I haven't seen the whole video, but she made a video saying that her baby be crying and sometimes somebody may take her out of the car seat to feed her or console her or something and then put her back in the car seat. You can't do that, girl. You cannot have a, you cannot operate your vehicle while your 6-month-old baby is not buckled down in a car seat. I'm a avid car seat champion because I have a dent on my forehead now from not being in a car seat as a child, sitting in somebody's lap, and I guess the driver slammed on brakes real fast and my little head hit the dashboard, and I have, like, I guess it must have been a cut or something when I was, when it happened. It must have like cut me, but it left like a little, you can't see it, but I can feel it. It left like a little dent in my forehead. And after that, they said, everybody in my family said, you couldn't put me in the front seat of the car. I would be screaming and hollering. They had to start letting me ride in the back seat. I was never that kid that called shotgun. I always got in the back seat because of that accident. My granddaughter, I know she was sick of us. That girl was probably in the car seat till she was 12. We had her in a booster forever. Okay? She was in the booster forever. I don't play that when it comes to kids and car seats. I do not play when it comes to car seats. And to see her in a video and someone is holding her child in the back seat of the car while the car is running, and you giving these lame excuses about the child is crying, she gonna cry. She gonna cry. But you can't take her out the car seat every time she cry, because that shows the baby, if I cry, they're gonna get me out. No, you just gotta let her cry. You gotta cry it out. Your ass gotta be in that car seat. Like, I'm really surprised. And a lot of this, oh, I'm a first time mom. We're gonna make mistakes and stuff. But those are not mistakes that you make. That's bigger than a mistake. Because you could, anything can happen when you're driving. Anything can happen. It's a blessing that what happened to me, I survived. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, there is a permanent damage because that little dent is still in my forehead. But it wasn't like I wasn't killed or thrown through the windshield. But what if I had been? It would have just been a freak accident. And then we're talking the 60s. They didn't even have a car seat for babies. If they did, it was, the white people had them. Not too many black people probably had car seats for their babies back then. Put that baby in somebody's lap. But there's no excuse now. There's no excuse for you to have your child in a car seat. There's no excuse. I was traumatized, girl. I was traumatized for a long time. And I was already a little scary kid anyway, scared of everything. And you didn't put me in a position where I got hurt. So I hope Prissy P, does better. But she was saying that, she was getting emails. People were emailing her, telling her that they was gonna call CPS on her. Now, I would never do anything like that. Like, I would never see what a YouTuber is doing to their child or doing in their home and take it upon myself to call CPS on them. I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm no longer a mandated reporter, so, I wouldn't do anything like that. But this is one of those situations where, girl, you can't get in trouble because they can clearly show that video to the CPS worker because the video is on YouTube, and they could be like, yeah, you did that. Now, I'm pretty sure the CPS, this is not something that they would take her child, they would not remove her child from her home because she didn't have her child in a car seat, but it is child endangerment. It's definitely child endangerment. Definitely. Because you put your baby in a position where your baby could be hurt. And I like Prissy. I would, never do anything to, cause her any problems. But this is one of those situations where, hey, somebody need to pull your coattail so that you don't do that anymore. And not you don't do it on camera. You don't do it, period. Period. Because your baby could be hurt. And we don't want to see nobody's child get hurt on YouTube or anyplace else in real life. So that's it, y'all. I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Thank you for praying for my thumb. We's almost there. We's almost there, y'all. I can crochet in a couple of days. I've been released to crochet. Soon as this thing fall off, he said I could crochet. I'm so happy. I'm so juiced. So I got two days, he said. Let this stay on for 2 days. Let it, uh, close up completely. Then I can wash my hair and I can crochet. So I will see you guys later. I love you. Thank you for being here. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a reading. Who knows? I love you. Bye.